Good day, Tinkercad friends. I have got a cool project for you. I'm going to call it Fantastic Frog. This frog is going to be super fast. Start by bringing out a sphere and then taking that sphere. Let's use the very cool Fit View to selection. Grab one of the white corners, hold down Shift, and stretch him till he is 25 on a side. That is going to be our froggy's body. So then we can hit the green color so that he looks a bit like a froggy. We're going to use this sphere for a lot of other parts. Let's click on it and do duplicate. With him moved away, let's use that cool Fit View to size again. Hold down Shift and let's shrink this little fella till he says 15 by 15. I'm going to move him out and zoom in a little better so that it looks exactly the way I want. And then once I got him 15 by 15, I want to take his width and I want to make it 5. So I just grab the black handle, I shrink it to 5. I could also click the box, type 5, and press enter. All right, let's look at that front combo of our little leg, and let's turn it out 22.5 degrees because that gives it a nice little look. Let's move it to the front and do Control D to duplicate, or click the duplicate button. And let's just use the arrow keys to move it across to the other side. Click the flip tool. Flip it this way, shut off the flip, click on it again, and use the arrow keys to get it close to where you want that leg to be attached. I'm going to switch to the front view so I can see that my legs look the way I want. And I'm going to grab everything and do Fit View so that it zooms in just so it's nifty. I've got my cool feet, so now, or my cool back legs, I'm going to make those feet. I'm going to duplicate once again. I'm going to bring this one out. And this time I'm going to click on the shape again. I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to shrink it down until it's 6 by 6. I'm going to switch that little dude to the top combo view and stretch him out so he's 6 by 6, but I want him to be 15 on the feet. And that can be an ish. You can be a little bit different. Move your foot over to the leg. Rotate it 45 degrees. Align it how you want, duplicate that little critter, use the flip tool to aim it the other way, pop, and then just use the arrow keys or drag them right to where you want. You've now got your cool little froggy body. I'm going to switch to the front view. Let's add the amazing front legs to our little frog by bringing a cylinder out in front of his body. Let's zoom out to the correct size for that cylinder, hold down Shift, and let's shrink it to a 4mm thickness. I'm going to do a double zoom because that way it gets in closer and it's easier to get that 4mm mark. And if you choose a different number, that's fine as well. I'm going to move that more towards the middle of his little body, and I'm going to stretch it up so it sticks into his belly. I use the arrow keys to nudge that in a little bit. And then I'm going to bring out another cylinder. So I'm going to click on our first cylinder, the big one. I'm going to do Control D to duplicate, bring it out. And this time, I'm going to shrink it down to 5mm thick. So our front foot's going to be 5. Bring it out where I can see it better. Zoom to that exact size, a skill that is super handy dandy when you have any dreams of precision. And then when I've got it size 5, I'm going to stretch it on the front axis so that it's 10 long. There's my 10. And then I'm just going to click on the foot and the leg, and I'm going to align them. I want them to be centered, and I want the backs to be aligned. And then I can move it out. So I'm moving the group. And notice that's a decent leg. I'm going to move it to the right side, and I'm going to choose group so that it becomes one piece. And that is so slick because then you can do Control D, although you have to shut off the Align tool, and then do Control D, and then you just nudge it across, and you've got 2 little adorable feet. I'm going to push them back in so they totally fit in his little body. I'm going to zoom back out to the correct size of the body. So I'm clicking on his belly and making it big. And my little froggy is a mouth and 2 eyes from being done. Let's grab that ball again and do Control D. Bring it out. This one we're going to shrink it to 6. I'm holding shift and shrinking. Scroll in so I can see better. Better yet, I'm going to use fit view. There's my 6. Our frog eyeballs are going to be 2 pieces. So let's do Control D and move one to the side. Let's hold down shift and shrink it to 4. Let's click on the second one and let's make it taller all the way up to 8. Move that frog eye to the side, the eyeball, and then raise it up past half. I'm going to pull it one closer to me as well, and then I'm going to group those 2 pieces to make my adorable little frog eye. Let's go back to full view, and let's move our frog eye to the front of our frog. Use the cone to lift it up. Zoom in to that size so we can see how it's looking. And you can see that I'm not quite touching the head if I switch to the side combo view. So I'm going to use the arrow keys to move it in. Push it down a little bit so it attaches. Remember, our frog was 25 high, so that should be getting close. And then when I'm happy with that, I do Control D and add a second eye. Now I'm just going to use the arrow keys to move it across to the other side. I think I want my frog eyes in the middle. Let's add a mouth quickly with the round roof. Bring it in, make it green. Hold down shift to shrink it, and let's shrink it down to something around size 10, size 9, size 8. Flip it 180 degrees. It's really cool if you use those little tick marks. Move them into the feet, so that way you've got them lined up pretty good. And then just lift them up, and then you can use the black handle to push it in and out till you're happy. I'm going to click on both the center and that mouth, and I'm going to align them. And now I have got a groovy little frog. I'm going to group it all to make it one cool piece for printing. And then I'm going to take care of the bottom so that it's got a nice flat bottom to print from with this cool trick. I'm just going to bring out a large box, stretch it way past my little froggy, and change his height to 2 millimeters. So this will slice off the bottom of our frog and make him flat for printing. With those grouped, let's look underneath. That is so slick. I'm going to lower it down 2 millimeters. Oops, I went 3. And bam, you have created an adorable little frog. Plus, there's a lot of room for you to make him more epic. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like, comment, and subscribe.